Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. We have so many different time zones and different times of the day, so to say, so to speak. So my name is Thomas, and I want to welcome you all in our today trading session. So today is Monday, the 5th of June 2023, and let's do some market analysis together. So, dear traders, I'm expecting some questions from you. The more the better, the more the merrier, of course. And if you have some, specific questions about how to trade, how to analyze markets, how to, read the news, where to get some additional information about, I don't know, something. So yeah, feel free to ask me. I will be very, very happy to answer all these questions as fully as I can. And today, if we have time, I might open some trades and maybe use some trading strategy. Today, haven't decided on this yet, but let's see how it all goes today. Now, dear traders, before we, how are you, sir? Yes, I'm doing fine, thank you. Thanks for asking. So trading is trading, and trading doesn't stop. Every Monday, the new trading week begins, and also I have to admit that basically on the weekend we have the OTC mode of trading, which is still happening, and there are trades that happening over the weekend. Plus we have indices, and of course the crypto markets never sleep. So we are still waiting for some new assets, some new crypto assets to be added to the platform. Unfortunately, it's not going as fast as I expected it would go, and still we haven't really gotten them to the platform, but they tell us that they're almost there. So we should have more fun with the cryptocurrencies on Forex very soon. Now, what other product updates do we have? Well, not so many, but maybe it's not really maybe it's not really necessary to have too many product updates when your product is really like working pretty well already. Now, here is a question from Karan. I lost my 2.5 lakh INR on OLYMP TRADE platform in just 3 months. Please suggest me how to recover my loss in trading. Well, I guess you're writing this from a point of view that this is quite a significant amount of money for you, because otherwise you wouldn't probably like write this message in a way you did. Now, we all face from time to time, like not all, maybe like 99% of us, 98% of us, we do face losses. I mean, I told my story many times already. I don't want to, like retell it in much detail again, but I've also been there. I took some pretty heavy losses, especially in the beginning of my trading career. Had some significant losses, 1 day losses, which exceeded, like, my 1 day loss one at some point of time exceeded my like 2 months salary, or like close to 3 months salary. So it was pretty big amounts of money that I was losing in trading, and I kind of didn't really know how to handle my it wasn't really it wasn't really emotional, so I think it was just kind of like careless. Like, I didn't really feel like, I mean, like, I wasn't really feeling too bad because I lost so much money. I mean, like, I realized, but I was like I was like I was just like kind of numb, right? I didn't really know how to react to this, because I couldn't really comprehend how much I lost within 1 day. I kind of look at this, like, I still remember it clearly how it all happened, that 1 day, when one single day loss. And then also about a week after that, I had another significant loss, which was smaller than the first one, but still was pretty pretty dramatic. And those were like really quick losses on Forex. Well, basically that was stock trading mode, but that's very close to Forex trading. In the essence, it's not FTT. Now, how do you get back from such losses? Well, I think I have to tell you kind of like the bitter truth is that there is no other way around rather than first doing some analysis, realizing what happened and what actually led to those losses. Was it your not proper money management? Was it something in terms of risk management? Was it something, I don't know, like was it on the emotional side of things? So what were the the reasons for that? So well, and once you answer all these questions to yourself, then you can tell, you can see, you can start recovering from there. Now, it's it's not like having losses is never pleasant, but it's like on the one hand it's part of the game, so you have to admit it, you have to face it, that pretty much it's an inevitable part of the game. Even like all traders have them, no matter how experienced you are. It's almost impossible to sort of weed out or filter out all those like ultra perfect trades, ultra perfect signals. It just doesn't really work like this. And yeah, basically make a plan how you would recover from that. So if you still like just don't give up, if you can, if you still feel that, okay, so basically I will say it like this: there might be two options, right? So option number one, you lose a lot of money and you don't really realize, don't really understand how it happens, like where it's coming, like, and you don't really get any conclusions, any anything from this loss. You just have this loss, and you just like, I had some loss, I don't know why it happened, why it occurred, I don't know what to do. Okay, so that's thing number one. Now, situation number two is when you can really, when you can really reflect on what happened. You can look backwards. You can see, oh right, I had this big loss because I wasn't following my money management, or the rules of money management, or I had this big loss because I just neglected all those like risk, the rules of risk management, stuff like that. So eventually, you have to think, you have to do this, the so-called, I call it doing the homework. So sit during the weekend, in a very relaxed atmosphere. Just try to get detached from the market, from these outcomes, and just see what happened. Okay, like we have this basic analytics tool. Unfortunately, it's not as advanced as I wish it was. Slowly but steadily we'll get there, but as of now you can download your trades. I think somewhere in the personal cabinet you can download your trades, and in the Excel sheet you can actually get the you can see the results. You can like do the basic mathematics, and based on that you can already see whether your like what are your like best assets, what are your worst assets, what your strong points are, what your weak points are, and stuff like that. Now, just 3 months, 30 lakhs loss. So that is huge. So that is bigger than 2.5 lakh. So so for those of you who don't know, so 2.5 lakh means somewhere around $2,000 US dollars, and 30 lakhs it's probably around 25,000. So it's pretty big. All right. Now, guys, today I want to talk a little bit about the markets, right? And so I hope you. I don't think I have a lot of kind of like not so many positive news. Like basically, it depends, right? It depends whether you have this optimistic look or the pessimistic look. So the pessimistic look on the situation would be like, oh, I lost the money and I don't know what to do. It's kind of like I give up and I quit, and maybe that's a solution for some people. It's maybe you're saving yourself from further losses and further stress. Just sometimes maybe accepting a loss, it's like running a business. Maybe at some point of time you just stop, realizing that it's just not going anywhere, and it might lead to even further losses or even bigger losses, and you stop. Yes, and that's all right. It's, I mean, like, it's not it's not maybe the happiest outcome, not the happiest result, but that's pretty much like, what else can you do? It's like accepting the truth, like facing the truth, facing the reality, and saying to yourself, oh, all right, okay, didn't work. I give up and I quit. All right, there are so many other different activities. Or like again, approach number two, optimistic. Yes, I had losses. Now I need to understand what I did wrong, and I need to avoid making these mistakes in the future. And then I will try again. Okay, and then you maybe go back to your demo account and you stay there for a little bit, and then after a while you go back to the normal account, to the regular account, and maybe you save up some money to have a bigger deposit, so that it gives you more flexibility in terms of strategies, approaches, maybe money management. Maybe you try martingale this time. Maybe you try the loss compensation system, as we call it. Maybe you try something else. So maybe you talk, maybe you attend some trading conference. And yes, it's like, unfortunately, sometimes we have to face the harsh reality. The harsh reality might be that we are facing losses, stuff like that. So that's pretty much what we sometimes have to do, and then like go from there. Now, guys, over the weekend, something interesting happened in terms of where was this article? Don't remember where this article was, but basically, let me remind you. So Brent is Brent oil, right? It's the Brent blend. So what happened on the weekend? Over the weekend is that there was the OPEC Plus meeting, and Saudi Arabia announced that they would cut oil output by another, I think, almost 1 million barrels per day, and their daily output will drop down to 9 million barrels per day. I think at their maximum they were producing around 11 to 12 million barrels per day, something like this. And now they're just saying like, okay, we are dropping to like 9 million. So that's a huge, pretty significant reduction. And that basically helped elevate the prices, and their prices are, well, plus 2% over the weekend from Friday close. And already on this news, that on the news of a possible Saudi Arabia agreement or OPEC Plus meeting, when everyone was like had already been anticipating that stuff, that decision to be made, oil prices went from 72 up to like 75-ish, 75 to 76. 60-ish already, and we can see that when we switch to 4-hour chart, that $71.5 level, so somewhere around here, as you can see, this range, and oil prices were sitting there, or have been sitting there for more than a month already, and I think now we are on the verge of finally breaking out, and now the next point here is this. So we need to break above this level, so that is 78.5 level. As you can see, it's very easy to see, to navigate. 78.5 on the right hand side, you can see the quote, the price of this level, and you can see that 78.5 is the nearest target. So if this double top formation doesn't occur and the price doesn't drop, then we might see a further increase towards 80 and then towards 84. It all depends on the driving season in the United States, and it also depends on the like overall concerns over the problems in the economies, in the US economy or in the Chinese economy, which basically every since I follow the news pretty closely, and like 1 month in the news everything is bad, and then the next month everything is good and everything is great, and the prices just go up and down accordingly. So one day, 1 week we have ultra positive news and everything goes up, then the next week we have everything like ultra negative and everything goes down. So it's just kind of like being on a roller coaster. And the fact is that the economy itself is not changing that much. It just makes it makes everything so like so funny. Like nothing really changes, but oil prices and like Euro USD, Nasdaq, everything they go up and down by a lot. What strategy to use to win, bro? So answering that question would be okay. So let me say it like this. As you can see on our platform, we have multiple trading strategies. So we have Friday. I don't know. Basically, there isn't one single one fits all strategy. So there isn't like this. Once again, one fits all kind of strategy. Everyone has to sort of make their own due diligence, and you need to try different strategies. So for example, where is my strategy? Why it's loading so long? So just on our platform, we have 15, 25, like 30 different strategies. And to be honest, my dear traders, everyone uses their own trading strategies. And that is why during our webinars, we don't just focus on one trading strategy, but in fact, we demonstrate different strategies, like various strategies, so that everyone can sort of pick something that they like. And like I said, there are different kinds of strategies, and something that works for me might not work for you. As for my favorite strategies, they are of course Excel, because Excel is ultra easy and you only need to kind of like watch this blue line cross this dark yellow line from like basically this crossing happen downwards or upwards, and then you can apply this trading strategy or this indicator, the momentum indicator, to 1 minute time frame or 15-minute time frame. So the time frame doesn't really matter. All it matters is that you need to change the duration of trade accordingly. So I usually follow the basic rule, the simple rule that your time frame needs to be multiplied by 3. So if we have 15-minute time frame, then the duration of trade should be somewhere around 45 minutes. So we just take this 15-minute time frame and we multiply it by 3, and thus we get 45 minutes. That's the duration of trade. So that's it. Oh yeah, there was a question that I missed. What do you think about trading during the weekends? Well, my take on trading during the weekends, I almost don't trade on the weekends because I have so much. I've already had so much trading in my life that maybe at some point of time I will just completely switch to forex mode of trading. And because, like I said, I think so. I'll just repeat this idea that in the beginning stages of trading, you want to be trading a lot and you want to be trading very aggressive methods of trading because you are in this like FTT mode of trading and forex with the highest multiplier, because you have a very simple goal. You need to grow, you need to increase your capital, the capital that you have. Okay, and once your capital exceeds a certain amount, you realize that you don't really want to have those 500%, 1000% gains per month. You are fine with increasing your overall portfolio by 3, 5, 10% per month. Maybe if you have $50,000 in your account, and by making 6% per month, that's $3,000 per month. That's more than enough for to get by, of course, to have a decent life. And then once you have more than that, and you have multiple sources of income, multiple methods or modes of trading, like stocks, FTT, everything, and eventually you don't trade that much. So I talking about my experience in the beginning stages of my trading career, I would sit almost every weekend for at least 2-3 hours, and I would sort of go through all the trades that I opened during the week. I had almost, well, pretty much I would say, like, not just almost, but like 90% of my trades, I had them written down, like the thing in my notebook, and I would go through them again on the weekend, and I would see, like, was it really a good trade or not? Because then during the weekend I was really detached from the emotions, and they were not affecting my judgment. And I would say, like, I would call myself, why are you doing this? I was like, say, why did you open a trade when there was no signal according to the strategy that I was using at that time? So it's a very kind of like positive thing to do, and I would say not just positive but very useful, very practical, because this kind of internal or this kind of dialogue between you, but you have to sustain the both sides of the conversation. But I was like, I'm asking myself, like, why did I open this trade? And then on the other hand, I would be like, oh wow, I opened that trade, I'm so smart, so that trade was so good, that trade. And I was like, oftentimes even during my losing trades, or sometimes call myself, I would say like, hey, hey buddy, that was a great trade, even though it closed with a loss, but the setup leading to that trade was so good, that was so much according to your trading strategy. I was like, nice, nice. So yeah, you tell yourself that yes, you executed, you did everything right. Right. Now, guys, what else do I want to say? So yes, so that is why I never really had time to trade on the weekends. And then later, when cryptocurrencies became more, they were becoming more and more, they were becoming more and more popular. And eventually I started spending some time on the weekend analyzing charts. So, but I wouldn't say I was trading actively on the weekend. I would say I did a lot of research. I was doing a lot of research on the weekend. I was doing a lot of kind of like homework. I was doing a lot of reflecting and analyzing my trades, and also analyzing the charts for the future, for the next week. That's what I did a lot on the weekends. But other than that, I wouldn't say I was trading that much. So trading on the weekend, but maybe you have a different story, right? If you have a job and you don't have much time during the weekend, during the weekdays, then weekend trading might be an answer for you, because you have a lot of time. Like, you don't have to, split your time between your like main job and trading, and you can do it in a very relaxed atmosphere. So yeah, I mean, like, all these OTC assets or OTC mode of trading, it's fine. It's very technical, and pretty much it follows all the patterns that are there. Right, guys. Jumping back to my previous question. So Axel, kind Martin. So definitely kind Martin is one of the classic strategies. Very works super well with Forex. So look, it's so simple yet so efficient, right? So on this currency pair, AUD USD. So the 4-hour time frame here, and where is the signal? So the signal is parabolic SAR. It's above the chart here, and also the MACD area is below zero. Okay, so that's a signal already, and you can see how much money you could have made here with a very short stop loss. So your stop loss, you probably would put it here, and then you would make 5 times the size of your stop loss. Then maybe you have a loss, then you have kind of like this neutral trade, and then you have this nice home run, nice run up upwards. So it's all about statistics, right? Don't judge your trading system by one trade, by two trades, by three trades. In fact, you need to judge whether your trading system is working or not by, well, probably like 50 trades. That's what I tell you all the time. It's, don't judge your trading by 2-3 trades. It's not really the right way to do. Now, what else do I want to say here? So yeah, another trading strategy that I really want you to pay attention to is diving. Definitely diving. Triple rebound, and, well, maybe horizon. I also like Jactar, but Jactar is kind of difficult. So I would say horizon, triple rebound, kind Martin, Axel, diving. So for starters, I would definitely recommend spending some time, analyzing, reflecting on these trades. Plus, you can find them on our YouTube channel, because all the strategies, they are, just start searching by the name and you will find it. All right. Nice. Why did you prefer FTT or Forex? So going back to my previous answer, the previous question, the thing is that in the beginning stages of your trading career, you need to have some mode of trading which gives you an opportunity, which gives you a chance to make money fast. Of course, it's always risky, right? They all go hand in hand, risk and profit. But if um, if you end up in this mode of trading where like you cannot really make a lot of money by investing in bonds, you cannot make too much money, you cannot grow your capital aggressively and quickly if you invest in stocks without any multiplier, without any leverage. So you always need to do that, and FTT is very, very good in the beginning stages because you need to grow your capital. And once, like I said, and then it goes like this. So your capital grows and your appetite for risk, your risk appetite decreases, and eventually you just realize that you don't need to have so much risk, and you end up investing, using stocks mode of trading and other more conservative modes of trading. But it's a difficult question, like which do I prefer? I would say they're both all right, but it's kind of like asking which piece of silverware do I use for which. It's like I have a fork, I have a knife, I have a spoon, and you use them all for different purposes. So the purpose is to have your lunch, to have your dinner, but you need different tools, or like different spoons, different forks. It's like you need to see like what is your objective. So the objective is to like increase your money, yes, but how? Okay, so do you have a lot of money? If you have, say, $50,000, you can really invest in forex, and that will generate you, 3-4% per month, and that's already enough. I mean, like that's kind of good for for starters. And then you also have to understand that forex is way more unstable than FTT, because in FTT you're not really much dependent from maybe the chart, or I mean maybe some assets. So this month, okay, let's compare. So for example, Bitcoin. If you're trading forex, you would say that in January that was a huge bulls market, and Bitcoin rose from 16,000 up to 24. So that's 50% increase. And then it was going like sideways, kind of dropping a little bit, going upwards and sideways. And then from the 9th of March and for the next 2 weeks, there was another bulls market on Forex. And and you can see that you could make so much money because there was a lot of movement. Now, afterwards, since the middle of March, and we are in the beginning of June. That's almost 3 months past, and we are still trading at 26,000, 27,000. And by trading forex, I don't think you would make so much money. I mean, like I would still see kind of like this range, and trading within corridors works ultra well, especially like here you have this resistance level, support level, and you sort of maybe put pending orders here, there, so that stuff can work. But you also need to wait for this movement. Now, with FTT mode of trading, you don't really need that a lot, because your trades, you either have profit or loss. If your the final price differs by at least 1 or 2 pips from the opening price, so it's a different mechanics. Money management of your well, that's a difficult topic to discuss, because I have, like I said, numerous assets and numerous modes of trading where I invest, and I would say but I always know my my stop loss. I either have a mental stop loss or I have a technical stop loss. I never trade without stop losses. Yeah, so that's my probably rule number one. The rule number one, the club is you always use stop loss, and the rule number two is you always use the stop loss. So without training without stop loss is probably the worst thing that you can do. Now, talking about our trading platform, the OLYMP Trade platform. Well, luckily we have like there is a stop loss, and you cannot lose more than, for example, here you cannot lose more than $100 because if you trade with MT4 and some other platforms, then your risk can actually grow exponential, and there is no automatic stop out, or it's kind of like your stop out happens when you lose all your money, or say 75% of your money. So that's why it's important that OLYMP Trade provides some sort of basic money management that helps you, and risk management that helps you not lose too much money, not lose more than you invest per trade in every single trade. So that is very, very important. Now, a question from Mustafa here. So my FX trade in USD JPY opened at, right, let's see where you opened that trade. Okay, so you did this up trade, I guess, opened at 138 somewhere here. So is now plus 180%. Well, see, that's pretty much up to you, and I cannot give you any advice, any exact piece of advice in terms of like money management and should you close trade now or later. But it's kind of obvious here that there are certain levels, and currently we are trading above the 140 line, and I think you also have to notice that we are trading here, right? So we at the moment we broke out from the downwards channel, and yeah, I mean probably this asset has some potential to go. I would, like in your case, I would probably, since you opened it somewhere here, 138.85 somewhere here, well, I would not be too greedy, and I would probably put a stop loss somewhere here. So you would still close, like, by all means, but like no matter what, you will still close your trade with profit, with a nice profit, but you still have potential. Maybe the chart will go towards here, towards 141. I'm pretty sure that this might happen. Now a question from Bill. I lost 20 lakhs, and then he says, I admit it was because of my money management. So guys, I know it's, I mean, I was there. I've been there. I did pretty much all mistakes, like probably almost all mistakes possible, except for, I don't know, almost all mistakes that are possible to do, to make, I just did when trading. And but something that helped me survive in this market, in this trading market, is that I always followed my advice from advanced traders who were always more advanced than I was, and I was putting that advice into practice, and that's how I survived, and that's how I'm making money now. Right. So guys, I suggest that we stop here. I think we've had a nice discussion for almost 30 plus minutes. Please prepare a question for our next Monday session, and wishing you good luck and a wonderful trading week. And if you have any questions, or if you need some consultations or analytics or anything, so feel free to write to our customer support, and they will get you in touch with us, with the VIP account management team, and we will contact you, and we will provide you a trading session, some guidance, some necessary support. So feel free to do that. And if you like the webinar, don't forget to hit that like button. And I hope to see you all next week. And I'm wishing you wonderful profits this week and wonderful results overall. So see you quite soon. Bye bye, guys.